Hello guys, welcome to today's episode of Tom Wants Things. What are we working on today? A Corsa? Maybe two. Ooh. Right guys, so as you know, we've had this Corsa B for a little while, been stripping all the bits off of it, all the body kit and stuff have all been stacked up, but we've needed the one crucial thing that is to actually rebuild this car entirely, because as we know, this is fully rusted and not going to go back on the road. So, pow! Here is the donut car that we've just gone and picked up. So this is a Vauxhall Corsa B, obviously. It is a 1.2 16 valve club edition in some, I'm calling it kind of urine yellow, but there is a specific name for this, and it has absolutely everything electric. I've been told actually that this is actually quite a rare car, so it's going to be quite interesting for us to basically tear this up and butcherize it into a max power car like that one again. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So let's flip you around and show you exactly what's going on with it, the bits that kind of need addressing, and the kind of overall plan, because this car is absolutely mint and I'm very, very happy with this purchase. Right, so first up first, you'll notice this is the main extent of damage on this car. So it's had a car part dink where someone's reversed into it. It's got the trusty cable tie and stuff holding on some of the side fenders, but it's kind of just manipulated, let's say, this quarter panel. But other than that, absolutely fine. Coming around the car, I mean, it's all pretty standard. As we say, it's got electric mirrors and heated as well, which is pretty sick. But everything else is Bogo standard, obviously standard grey plastics, not been kind of treated or anything, but you could make this car look pretty smart, to be honest, just with a bit more of a tidy up. We picked it up so cheap because the advert wasn't brilliant and the car presentation, let's say, wasn't brilliant either, and we were just hopeful that it was going to be as good as we kind of expected. So coming round into the inside, and excuse my McDonald's trip on the way back, but as you see, black door cards, electric mirrors, black dash, with the sort of grey carpet. It's a bit dirty at the moment, but we do have down here, which is kind of cool, some like Vauxhall mats. Then in the back, pretty standard really, but I don't know, these seats were pretty comfy. We've just driven 2 hours back. We actually got the train over there to begin with, which kind of lost maybe some of my bargaining power, because obviously I had arranged with transport and stuff, but couldn't manage to align anybody to be able to take me over to Bracknell. So in the end we actually catch a train up, and when you turn up in a taxi, as I say, you lose your bargaining power a little bit, because it's like, well, what are you going to do otherwise than take this car? You're going to have to get a taxi back to the train station, take the train home. So anyway, luckily it was as good as we were hoping, so that wasn't a problem, and we did also reduce the price a little bit as well, which is always good. You've always got to haggle a little bit with these things. So yeah, so sunroof model, it's a little bit sort of where some of the paint's chipped off, but again we've got carbon replacements of these, so not a problem. Round here, a little bit of sort of greenery. I mean, to be honest, the worst of it is actually just like the paint, for example. Like, to be honest, like, it's supposed to be this sort of shade and it's this sort of dull shade on top, but other than, I mean, to be honest, for a car of this year of like, what, getting on 25 years, you've kind of got to take a little bit of the rough with the smooth with these, but the main bit, and let me grab a torch quickly, is that if we look under here, look at that. Ooh, absolutely solid. Look how lovely that underside looks for a car that's of this sort of age. I mean, it's just great, all nice and straight. The only bit that we've seen, which is standard on pretty much all Corsa Bs, is a little bit of rust around these, but I think all of you Corsa B owners out there will look at this and go, yeah, that's actually pretty solid. A little bit of stuff on the rear axle, we knew about this, that was the bit that was mentioned on the MOT. Bit of corrosion, but it's surface, so not structural, so we can basically grind that back and treat it, and all good to go. Right, so we better go round and show you the absolute powerhouse, so we'll get that bonnet open quickly and we'll go and show you what we're playing with. Right, so coming round here, under here somewhere. Oh, look at that beauty. 1.2 litres of pure 16 valve power. I'd be lying if I said that this was even marginally fast. It is extremely slow, but yeah, unless you get the big boy engines, they were all very much slow. But yeah, looking at kind of main areas, yes, battery box, a little bit of surface rust, but then all here in these areas, up all round, If we get in there, looking okay. All round here, looking pretty good as well. Sort of basically everywhere that I was looking for, like the standard places, and it's quite good because I've got a good example of where they do rust with this one. It was looking absolutely amazing. And then yeah, where this sort of fender and stuff sort of been dented, we can see like all the mountings and stuff kind of all look okay. It's just purely where it's like dinged in on the side. From what I could see from underneath, the actual mounts themselves looked okay, so I think it's just going to be a case of we either can pop that dent out of that fender and then chuck it back on again, or we just get a new one, chuck it on. Yeah, probably not going to use those ones on the green one, but as we said, this whole thing's going to get a body kit on it anyway, so all of that area is going to get smoothed off and is going to have some body work done. But yeah, I mean, the main thing is that it's proper running, driving. It's got MOT until October late this year. Can see no reason why it wouldn't go through again. Looking through MOT history is really nice as well. There's like little bits here and there that need to be sort of addressed or replaced and stuff, but overall it's a pretty sorted car, to be honest. I'm a little bit gutted that I'm not able to just tidy this up and flip it, to be honest, because I reckon we could get sort of a good price for this if we, as I say, cleaned everything up, got sort of the surface corrosion and stuff all sorted out on that rear axle, and then chucked it back up for sale, especially if, as I'm told, it's quite rare in this sort of like champagne-y wee yellow, as we're kind of calling it at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy, to be honest. I reckon this is going to be absolutely amazing for now when we take all of these bits of body kit and basically take all this green stuff, including all the bumpers over there, and we basically just rebuild this on that, which is going to be really good fun. This thing's still looking as miserable as ever. It's still open, yeah, just stripped out. We'll have to take out this carpet as the last bit and stuff, but yeah, it's just sort of bits and crap in here at the moment. But now that 1.2 litre powerhouse isn't going to be the one that stays in there forever. What we're going to do is we're going to leave it in there for the moment because we are running out of time. Max Power reunion show is like 4.5 months away, so we haven't got a lot of time. So what we're going to crack on, we're going to leave that engine in there because it's running sweet, it's perfect. We can get the exhaust pipe on so it can sound like a Lamborghini, and it'll all be great. Then we'll take the 2 litre 8 valve out of this one. We'll get this sort of fully scrapped and stuff, but then we'll rebuild that engine from scratch from the bottom up. I've not done that before, so it's going to be an interesting one for me to do myself. So yeah, we'll go through all of that, sort of build that whole thing from the ground up, renew all the sort of ancillaries and stuff that we need to, and then we'll cart it up to Dylan because he'll then have this car by that point, and then we'll spend a weekend dropping it into the car, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it all goes according to plan. So that's the idea anyway, because that could be quite a good fun sort of weekend driveway engine swap, which I don't know, could be good fun. We'll have to see about that. Yeah, so short but sweet from me at the moment, but just wanted to update you guys on what we are progressing with this bad boy. So stay tuned for more content. Full steam ahead now, and we're going to crack on and get this car built and max powered for the reunion show for Dylan to give back to him. So yeah, very exciting time. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.